All right, what's going on, everybody? Jukebox here, bringing you another video. I almost didn't make my one video a week mark, at least, but today's my last day to do it, and I made sure I was going to get it done. Had a video planned on Wednesday, but I ended up trying to do a random 24-hour live stream. Failed with about 4.5 hours left to go, but needless to say, it took the time from making my YouTube video. So, I'm going to make one today. Now, it's going to be short and sweet, but I think something that we get a lot of debate in my chat, probably too often. So, I think I'll make this video, and then if anybody wants to talk about it, I'll just send them here. And I'll just give my full opinion, and then that's it. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, obviously, the title says it all. Console Wars, Xbox One versus PS4. Main thing we're going to talk about. Okay, now you guys got to remember, everything I'm saying, sure, some will be a fact, some will be opinion. But in the end, it all comes down to you, all right? Whatever you personally want, whatever you decide is right for you, that's what matters. Who cares what console is winning? Who cares what console is better? All right, you got to look at it like sports, all right? Same thing. I'm a New York Giants fan. You know how much hate I get for being a New York Giants fan? Sure, my team can suck, but in my eyes, sometimes they're still the best. All right? That's what it comes down to. All right? You pick something because you like it. All right? Any guy who's ever been out there and you're dating this chick and then you get, you know, some dick friend to be like, man, your woman's ugly. Who cares? You're the one hitting it, not him. Doesn't matter. All right? At the end of the day, it comes down to you. All right? So don't get all fangirlish and butthurt about my opinions on next-gen consoles. Don't get all butthurt on, you know, just anything about it. It's just a console in the end. I mean, you know, everybody's heard me say this before. You're going to be a fanboy or a fangirl about anything. Well, you know, you need to be a fangirl / fanboy about, you know, the love making, baby. All right. So anyway, my opinion, Xbox One, PS4. First off, I've had them both since day one. Okay? Bought them day one. Did a huge giveaway on Twitch. With both consoles, and the #1 prize was whoever won, they get to pick Xbox One or PS4. And then #2 was just a PS4. Actually, what was ever left of the two, and then third was a PS4. So whatever. Either way, you get the point. Either way, so my opinion with next-gen consoles, I said this day one, and I still stand by it, and I think I will stand by it pretty much forever. When it comes to the consoles. Now, me, I'm a graphics whore, okay? I love graphics. That's why I PC game, all right? Obviously, PC master race. Everybody knows this. It's just expensive. But, you know, when it comes down to it, there's nothing better than a PC gaming. There just isn't. You can't say otherwise. You know, so, sure, it's not for everybody. It's not as comfortable, mouse and keyboard. But you can use controller if you want. But, you know, I prefer PC over everything else. But when we're talking about consoles, I'm still a graphics whore, all right? To me, next-gen means, like, next-gen graphics, you know? You need good graphics to really have a next-gen, all right? You can't take a PlayStation 3 or an Xbox 360, make it a supercomputer, keep the graphics the same, and call it a next-gen console. That's not a next-gen console to me. Might be to you guys, but it's not to me. I'm a graphics whore, all right? So, naturally, right off the bat, PlayStation takes the cake for me, all right? Now, the big debate everyone seems to have when it comes to next-gen is resolution. Everybody and their mother is making a big deal about Xbox One runs this at 900p, while PS4 is running this at 1080p. Xbox One runs this at 720p, while PlayStation 4 runs this at 1080p. I personally don't care about resolution. I don't believe resolution will enhance, you know, the quality of the game to a point. All right, we're talking with HD and HD. All right, so 720p versus 1080p. I could care less if one's running 720 and the other's running 1080. Doesn't really matter. Not that many people can see the difference. I can, but it's nothing where I'm like, oh my god, that's 720 ill. Like, no, it doesn't matter. If Xbox One and PS4, if that was the only difference, then I think they would be equal. But unfortunately, that's not the case. it's not just a graphics war with PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. PlayStation, the games just look better. Like, they just do. It's if you're thinking an Xbox looks better, I get your eyes checked. I don't know. But it's not just a resolution war. Like, it's the resolution, it's the textures, it's the lack of anti-aliasing, the lighting. You can see it. You can see the difference if you've owned both. Now, I understand anybody who's never owned both, you're probably like, I don't see the difference. They're the same damn thing. They're not. All right? I own both. I saw the difference right away. Like, it wasn't something I had to look for. I noticed it right away. And it just annoyed me. Like, I didn't understand it being more money, but a weaker system. All right? Now they're the same price. But again, it's to each their own kind of deal. Microsoft has changed a lot about their product since day one. And I think they're going to continue to do so. But they're losing. Everybody knows this. Microsoft knows this, which is why they've, invested God knows how much money into advertising and paying companies on YouTube to talk nicely about their consoles and stuff like that. Not my cup of tea, man. But when it all comes down to it, through thick and thin, my number one piece of advice when it comes to consoles, and this is going to apply to pretty much everybody, you buy an Xbox One for the exclusive. That's it. That's why you buy one. All right? If you're somebody that plays cross-platform games, you play Call of Duty, Battlefield, you're going to play Destiny, any game that's cross-platform, you're better off getting it on the PlayStation 4 because it just looks better and performs better on the PS4. This is a fact. So far, as of now, this could change in a year with, when the architecture gets worked around. But as of now, cross-platform games go down to PS4. If you're going to want an Xbox One, you're going to want it for the exclusives. Gears of War. The biggest thing that, in my opinion, that's going to sell Xbox Ones like crazy is Halo Remastered. I'm personally going to get that because I think that is the most genius idea I've ever seen when it comes to gaming. Who's not going to love that? Even if you're not a Halo fan. This guy, not a Halo fan, still likes the idea and the concept of it, and I think anybody should jump on that bandwagon. So, that's the number one piece of advice I can give you guys. If you care about the exclusives, you're going to get an Xbox One. Now, there are nitpicks to it. I can't name every reason why everyone would get an Xbox One over a PS4, but obviously there's other differences. You have all my friends have it, and I can't switch to PlayStation because then I'll just game by myself. You have that common one. That's probably the main big one that people try to say is, all of their friends have it. But, there's a bunch of little reasons out there why people choose an Xbox One over it. Just they hate Sony. They're just loyal fans to Microsoft, etc., etc. It depends. There's a bunch of different reasons. We're not going to name all the reasons. We're just going to name the big ones, the major ones that come out. So, in my opinion, when it's for me, you want, as I said, I've said this over and over again, obviously, cross-platform, PlayStation 4, exclusives, Xbox One. My opinion, you don't have to agree with it. I stand by it. For the most part, because as I said, next gen graphics. I don't care about all those features that Xbox One has with the Kinect and being able to talk to it and snap your apps and all that. That doesn't matter to me at all. I have monitors and I game with a computer right next to me all the time, whether I'm on a PC or I'm on a PlayStation. There's always a PC next to me, so I don't care about all those extra features. And frankly, they're crap compared to the real deal. So, I don't know. Yeah, I still stick with PlayStation. And I always will, for the most part. Now, when it comes to old gen, I think 360 is a better console than PS3. Only for one reason, though. The gaming is better. That's it. Xbox just feels it feels like a better gaming platform. The games perform smooth, they perform well. Xbox Live is pretty much what you want it to be. Not saying it's a light years better than PlayStation, but it is better. The party chat, the controller just overall on an Xbox is just, I mean, there's nothing more natural than holding an Xbox controller. It's very simple. I think they went a step backwards with the Xbox One controller, but the Xbox 360 controller, I love. Now, PS4 controller, I like over the Xbox One controller, but I still prefer the 360 controller over anything. PS4 controller is still awesome, though, but 360 controller is probably my favorite controller. Just how it feels. It just feels great. But again, that's all opinion. You know, what works for me is going to work for you. I have big hands, so big controllers. The bigger, the better for me, basically. Like those old school, you guys remember, those old school Xbox controllers? The first ones that came out, I don't remember what they were called, but those things were like tanks. They were just the fattest controllers you've ever seen in the world. They were designed poorly, but they were huge. That actually worked for me because my hands were big enough to support that kind of controller. It still sucked, but you get what I'm saying. So, as I said, in the end, it all comes down to what you prefer, what you want. Xbox One, PS4. I'm a PS4 guy. I kind of knew I was going to be at the beginning, but I definitely know now that I've experienced both and own. Does that mean I will never play Xbox One? No. As I said, the Halo, awesome idea. If and when a Gears of War comes out, I'm going to be all over that shit. I'm going to no-life it because I love Gears of War. You can't go wrong with Gears of War. Probably my favorite game in the Xbox series. And, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. In the end, it comes down to whatever you guys decide, whatever you personally believe or want. You know, I'm a PS4 guy. I'll always be a PS4 guy. But there's no reason to hate on either one, you know, to each their own kind of deal. So, either way, guys, I'll see you tonight, hopefully. We got a pretty big stream going on tonight. Hopefully I'll see you at the stream. I love your faces. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.